श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपार करुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्।
श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we have been enjoying this program of Vande GurorMandalam Shankara Stotras after completing by his grace Ganesha Bhujangam and Shiva Panchakshara Nakshatramala Stotram. We are now into Shivananda Lahari, sloka number 47.
Namaskaram. Shambhudhyana vasanta sangini hrudara meghajirna chadaha srasta bhaktilata chata vilasitaha punya pravala shritaha दीप्यन्ते गुणकोरका जपवचः पुष्पाणि सद्वासना ज्ञानानन्दसुधामरन्दलहरी संवित्फलाभ्युन्नतिः।
Last shloka, we were talking about the mind being a swan in the mansion of the Lord's feet. Now here, the thought process is different. We are talking about the mind becoming a garden. The mind becoming a garden. So he says garden means you have all kinds of vegetation. Now all those things are being described. How this vegetation grows with reference to our mind. Shambhudhyana Vasanta Sangini. All of us know that when Vasanta Ritu, spring season is there, that is very good for the garden, isn't it? So he says, here for this garden, which is my mind, the Vasanta Ritu is Shambhudhyana, meditation on Parameshwara. So this Vasanta is there attached to my mind. Shambhudhyana Vasanta Sangini. Vasanta Ritu is coming only, there are 6 Ritus in a year. So only once in 6 times in a year. But this Shambhudhyana Vasanta will be there always in my garden. It's a very peculiar garden. Peculiar Vasanta Ritu. Hrida Rame Gajirnachadaha Srastaha. Hrida Rame. Hriti Arame. Arama is garden. In the garden, which is my mind, which is my heart, Agajirnachadaha Srastaha. In a garden, as soon as spring season comes, the old decayed leaves fall and new leaves crop up. So he says, Agajirnachadaha Srastaha. Jirnachadaha, the decayed leaves which are Agha. Agha means sins. Sins are the decayed leaves which are Srastaha, which have fallen off. Bhakti lata chata vilasitaha. There is a group of creepers called Bhakti. Bhakti lata chataha. There is a group of creepers called Bhakti. Vilasitaha. They are now full blown, shining. Punya pravala shritaha. From the creeper, you get tender shoots. Pravala means tender shoots. What are the tender shoots which are coming out of this creeper? It's called Bhakti, Punya. If you do bhakti, you will reap punya. All of us know it. So, your basis is Shambhu Dhyana, and with the background of Shambhu Dhyana, that is never forgetting Shambhu Dhyana, you go on cultivating bhakti and you go on reaping punya. Punya pravada shritaha. Then what happens? Deepyante guna korakaha. Koraka means bud. From the tender shoot, buds are budding. From the bud there will be flower, from the flower there will be fruit. So he says, first you get the buds. What are the buds you get? Guna korakaha, good qualities. Virtues or the buds which 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 shine, deepyante, they shine. Japavacha pushpa, then there are flowers. What are the flowers? The chants which I do, the words which I speak during chanting, japavachaha, those are the flowers. They are also shining. Deepyante, tadvasana, jnanananda, sudha, maranda, lahari. All these flowers spread a lot of fragrance in the garden. As soon as you enter the garden, there is so much of fragrance because of the flowers, because of the chant which I do in my mind of the Shiva mantras. There is a sadvasana, there is a good fragrance. What is the good fragrance? Jnana, Ananda, Sudha, Maranda, Lahari. There is a wave of bliss. There is a flow of bliss. What kind of bliss? Nectarine bliss, Amrita bliss, Sudha, Maranda, Lahari. Maranda means honey, because from the flowers, honey comes out. Honey comes out in the form of fragrance. Because of honey, there is a fragrance. So he says, there is a wave of flow of honey, which is Amrita. What is this Amrita in my mind? Jnana Ananda. Because of the Jnana which Parameshwara has granted to me because of my bhakti, Jnana he has granted to me because of my bhakti, that Jnana has put me in a very high level of bliss, state of bliss, that is Ananda. So Jnana has caused Ananda in me, that is like a flow of Amrita, which is like honey, a wave of honey from the flowers. Maranda, Makaranda, both are the same, honey. Samvit phala bhyunnatihi. Then we should have the fruits also, isn't it? The garden is beautiful only because of all this. What is the fruit here? Samvit jnana. But he has said already jnana, ananda, sudha, maranda, lahari. Now what is the samvit again? Jnana. This samvit has to be distinguished from that jnanananda. What is the distinction? Samvit is the highest level of jnana. Jnana is at several levels. Every jnani is not the same, that we should know. Jnana also, like bhakti. Bhakti also has got several levels. Jnana also has got several levels. So the first jnana was the initial stage where you have learnt about jnana, bookish knowledge. The second is samvit. Samvit means experiencing that jnana. Experiencing your oneness with Parameshwara, with oneness with Parabrahma Swarupam. That is samvit. There is nothing higher than that. That is the pakwa fruit. Samvit phala unnatihi. Unnatihi means that is the highest, the high level. The fruit is completely ripe. We get a very ripe fruit. Phala bhyunnatihi. Unnata phala. We get a very beautiful, good fruit. Ripe fruit. What is that? That is samvit. The experiencing the jnana. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a chapter called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. He distinguishes between jnana and vijnana. Same thing we are doing here. One we are calling as jnana, another we are calling as samvit. What he is calling as vijnana in Bhagavad Gita, here we are calling it as samvit. Both are the same. There also he is distinguishing. Bhagavan is distinguishing between jnana and vijnana. A whole chapter is devoted to this distinction. So, this heart, which is the garden, is associated with Vasanta Rutu, spring season, which is meditating on Parameshwara, and the decayed leaves drop off, the decayed leaves are sins in this case, and groups of creepers called bhakti or shining in this garden. And from those creepers, we have tender shoots of punya which have come up. Then the of buds of virtues are shining in those tender shoots. And then there are flowers. What are the flowers? The mantras which I chant, the words which I chant, that is the flowers. Shiva mantras which I chant are the flowers. Chant need not mean necessarily spoken. Chant can be mental also, because this whole thing is a process of mind. We are discussing the mind as the garden. So japa vachaha can be silent japa also. That is, in fact, silent japa is considered higher than vocal japa. So japa vacha, pushpa, these are the flowers. Then, because of these flowers, there is a tremendous amount of fragrance in this garden, which is a flow of honey from these flowers, which is nothing but amrita, which is nothing but bliss arising from jnana. Then we have fruits. Now, fruits are a very high quality, ripe fruits, which are nothing but experiencing the jnana, experiencing the Parabrahma. So that is the beauty of my garden. शम्भुध्यान वसंत संगिनी हृदा रावेघ जीर्णच्छदाः स्वस्था भक्तिलता छटा विलसिताः पुण्यप्रबालश्रिताः दीप्यन्ते गुणकोरका जपवचः पुष्पा च सद्वासना ज्ञानानंद सुधामरंद लहरी संवित् फलाभ्युन्नतिः.
नित्यानन्दरसालयं सुरमुनिस्वान्ताम्बुजाताश्रयम् स्वच्छं सद्विजसेवितं कलुषहृत्सद्वासनाविष्कृतम् शम्भुध्यानसरोवरं व्रजमनो हंसावतंसस्थिरम् किं क्षुद्राश्रयपल्वलभ्रमणसञ्जातश्रमं प्राप्स्यसि.
Now the attention is directed to a different imagery. The imagery is we have to imagine a pond. What is that pond? Shambhudhyana is the pond. Shivadhyana is the pond. Now, even a pond is so beautifully described. First, the garden was described, which was my mind. Now, the Shambhudhyana pond is beautifully described. Nityaranda Rasalayam. Pond means water should be there, isn't it? It is the abode of water. Rasa Alayam. It is the abode of Rasa. Water. Now, what is the water here? Nityananda, eternal bliss. In a pond called the Shambhudhyana, naturally the bliss will be eternal. So, Nityananda Rasalayam Suramunis Swantambujatashrayam. Suramuni, Devas and Munis. Swanta, their Antahkarana, their hearts. They are the lotuses, Ambuja. The lotuses, which are the hearts of Devas and Munis, that kind of lotuses are there in this pond. Ashrayam. So, pond should have lotuses. Lotus pond is the most beautiful of all ponds, isn't it? Shambhudhyana pond is beautified with lotuses, which are the hearts of Devas and Munis. Swachham Sadvijasevitam. Pond should be clear, beautiful, clear water. It not be having fungus and this and that. So, like we have in our temple ponds, dirty, no dirt here. Swachham, very clear, very beautiful. Sadvijasevitam. A pond should be frequented by good birds. Dvija is birds, good birds. Now, The Shambhudhyana pond is frequented by good Brahmanas, good Jnanis. Sadvija sevitam kalusha hrit sadvasana vishkritam. Kalusha hrit, it takes away all dirt. When you go and, why you go and bathe in a pond? For removing the dirt. Of course, we are not supposed to go to a temple pond for removing the bodily dirt. We should go to a temple pond and bathe only for removing the mental dirt. Bodily dirt we should have removed by bathing at our home. This is the rule of Shastra. Now, whenever you go to a river or a temple pond or any such public water body, you are not supposed to go and bathe for body cleaning. So Kalusha Hriti should be understood as remover of mental dirt. That is what is happening in Shambhudhyana pond also. Shambhudhyana pond also. That applies to even ordinary pond. In Shambhudhyana pond, all Kalushas are removed. All dirts, all sins are removed. Tadvasana Vishkritam. When all dirt is removed, you get good fragrance. Tadvasana Vishkritam. Even in the pond itself has got a good vasana because there are a lot of lotuses, lotus fragrance is there. Plus the people who bathe are all clean, the pond is clean, so there is a good fragrance. Tadvasana Vishkritam. Good vasana, good fragrance is manifested. Avishkritam means manifested, it comes out. That means in the case of Shambhudhyana pond, good vasanas, we have got good vasanas as well as bad vasanas in us. All of us, with no exception. All human beings are born with good as well as bad vasanas, brought from previous birth, like good karmas and bad karmas. Karma, every karma has got a vasana, that we should understand. So if you have 100 karmas, you have 100 vasanas. So this, if you take out the bad vasanas, only good vasanas remain. That is what she says. Shambhudhyana sarovaram vraja. O mind, go to this pond which is called Shambhudhyana, meditating on Parameshwara. Sarovara is a pond. Shambhudhyana sarovaram vraja. Go to that pond. Mano hamsa avatamsa sthiram. Mano hamsa avatamsa, best of swans. Now he is addressing the mind as Hamsa Avatamsa, the best of swans, the king of swans. Why he is saying that? Because swan, Annapakshi, has got the peculiar characteristic of separating milk from water. Nobody else can do it, isn't it? So similarly, this mind, if it has developed the viveka of distinguishing between dharma and adharma, between milk and water, then you are like a hamsa, isn't it? So that is what he is saying. So unless you have developed this, there is no point in your going to that pond, Shambhudhyana. Before going to Shambhudhyana pond, you must have developed this criterion, which is viveka, which is distinction between good and bad. So mano hamsa avatamsa sthiram. Go and be there securely. Don't unnecessarily go here and there. Be there permanently. Kim shudrashraya phalvala brahmana sanjata shramam prapsyasi. Now he is putting a question to the mind. Kim prapsyasi. Why do you attain shramam? Why do you attain this unnecessary trouble? Why do you trouble yourself? What trouble? Shudrashraya pallava brahmana sanjata shramam. Trouble born out of roaming around in the cesspools. Palvala means cesspools. When there is a beautiful Shambhudhyana pond available, you are wasting your time in cesspools, in dirty water pools. What are those dirty water pools? Shudrashraya. Resorting to mean materials, mean things. It can include mean devas also. Mean devatas also it can include. But in this context, let us assume it means mundane materials. That is what the mind is after, isn't it? So they are all Shudra. Shudra means small, little, petty. So these cesspools are nothing but resorting to petty things. So don't resort to those petty things, oh mind. Don't go to those cesspools. Don't waste your time there. Don't exert yourself. That exertion which is born out of this roaming around these dirty pools, you please avoid. Kim Prapsati. Why are you after this misery? When the beautiful Sarovar, that pond is waiting for you. That Shambhudhyana pond has got waters of eternal bliss. And there are lots of lotuses there, which are the Antahkarana, the hearts of Devas and Munis. And it is beautifully clean, and it is frequented, the pond is frequented by good birds. The mind, Sambudhyana pond is frequented by good jnanis, good brahmanas. And both remove dirt, mental dirt. And after removal of mental dirt, you get good fragrance in the pond. Good fragrance comes out. So, oh mind, you are the best of swans. You go and reach this pond of Shambhudhyana and stay there forever. And why are you after unnecessarily taking the trouble born out of roaming around cesspools of resorting to petty things, mean things? Nityananda Rasalayam Suramuni Swantambujatashrayam Swachham Sadvija Sevitam Kalushahrit Sadvasana Vishkritam Shambhudhyana Sarovaram Vrajamano Hamsavatam Sasthiram Kim Shudrashtraya Palvala Brahmana Sanjata Shramam Prapsyasi.
आनन्दामृतपूरिता हरपदाम्भोजालवालोद्यता स्थैर्योपघ्नमुपेत्य भक्तिलतिका शाखोपशाखान्विता उच्चैर्मानसकायमानपटलीम् आक्रम्य निष्कल्मषा नित्याभीष्टफलप्रदा भवतु मे सत्कर्म संवर्धिताः.
Bhakti Latika, the creeper of bhakti, that is the subject here, creeper of bhakti. And there is a fruit which comes from this creeper of bhakti. That fruit is mukti. Bhakti creeper gives you the fruit of mukti. That is what he says. And there is a process of this creeper leading to the fruit. There is a process. That process is describing beautifully. Anandamrita Purita. This for the creeper to come up, you create a small trench around the base and then you fill it with water, isn't it? That is called Alavala. Harapadam Bhojala Valodhyata. Now, what is the Alavala for this Bhakti creeper? Bhakti creeper, the Alavala, that is the small trench filled with water at the base of the creeper, so that the water will remain there to nourish the creeper. So, what is the Alavala here? Trench. That is Harapadam Bhoja. The lotus feet of Parameshwara, it is shining. This trench is shining. Udyata, Ananda, Amrita, Purita. Then there is water in that trench. What is the water here? Ananda, Amrita, the Amrita of Ananda. It is filled with that. Sometimes you keep a trench where there is no water because you are not arranged for water there. It is this trench is not like that. It is filled with Ananda Amrita. Thairyopagnam upetya bhakti latika shakhopashakhanvita. Thairya upagnam upetya. Then you need a post for supporting the creeper. Creepers cannot climb up on their own. You must have seen, normally we put a post there for the support for the creeper. So what is the post for this bhakti creeper? Thairyam. Thairya means steadiness. This is very important. Bhakti should be steady. It's not as if we have bhakti one day, next day we don't have any bhakti. That is not thairya. Thairya means uniformly being steady. Thairyo upagnam. That is the upagnam. That is the post here. Having reached that post, upetya, bhakti latika, the creeper of bhakti, shakha upashakhanvita. It is now well nourished. It has anandamrita water. It has got a good trench filled with that water, and it has got a good post for it to climb up, the steadiness post. So bhakti is flourishing now. Shakha upashakhanvita, shakha upashakha, branches and sub branches. This creeper has become like a tree. It's still a creeper, but like a tree, it develops branches and sub branches. Uchair manasa kayamana patalim akramya. Kayamana is the roof, a thatched roof is there for the creeper to spread itself. It climbs and then spreads itself. That is the nature of the creeper, isn't it? That is where it has to give the fruit, isn't it? On the thatched roof. So beautifully he is explaining. So he says, Uchair manasa. Uchair means high level in that roof is there. In our case, Uchair, high level of the mind. Mind is in a lofty state, like a samadhi, it is merged with Parabrahma Swarupam. So Uchair, Manasa, that kind of lofty mind is the thatched roof. Kayamana Patale. Patale means group of grass. Grass group is what is forming that roof. Roof is what? It's a thatch. Patalem, Akramya, it spreads itself there. This Bhakti Latika spreads itself in a high state of mind. Look at this imagery. Bhakti spreads itself in all corners of the mind, which takes the mind to a high level. Bhakti takes the mind to a high level. So, all corners of the mind, that means what? That means there is never a thought which deviates from bhakti. So that is what he is trying to say. In this process, nishkalmasha, all the sins are destroyed, all the blemishes are gone. Here also in this creeper case, no bad elements are there. It is very well protected, this creeper. Nitya bhishta phalaprada. Then there is a fruit in this from this creeper. What is the fruit? Nitya abhishta. Abhishta means what you wish. Ishta is wish. Abhishta means what you intently wish. That is called abhishta. Whenever you do a sankalpa for a puja, you say sarvabhishta siddhartham, for attaining all my desires, fulfillment of all my desires. That is what you are saying. But that abhishta is not the fruit of this bhakti. If that abhishta is the fruit of this bhakti, what is the use? That abhishta will come and go. That abhishta which you have earnestly prayed and got will come and go. It is transient. But this abhishta which bhakti creeper is giving, that fruit which it is giving, is nitya, eternal. Once the fruit is there, it is ever there with you. No fruit is eternal on this earth, isn't it? Any fruit has got a shelf life. But this fruit has no shelf life. Once you got it, you got it. It is there with you permanently. Because Jivan Muktas, there are jnanis who have attained mukti even in this very life, with their very body. With their body in place, they have got mukti. There are people who get krama mukti, who get mukti after they drop their body. They go to Surya Loka, Brahma Loka, and other lokas, and then they finally get mukti. But there are some jnanis, which this theory has been propounded by Adi Shankara in great detail, Jivan Mukta, because this was not propounded earlier by the earlier philosophers. So he says, This Jivan Mukta is one who has attained Mukti in this very life. He has burnt away all the karmas, so he has attained jnana, which has made him eligible for mukti. So Parameshwara has granted him mukti. So he is enjoying mukti right now. Only one karma is after him, which we have seen before, prarabdha karma, that will keep affecting his body. It will not affect his mind. Because he knows that body is not the mind. He knows that. So he doesn't care. Like Ramana Maharshi did not care for the cancerous trouble which he had in his hand. So this kind of thing is prarabdha karma which affects the body, but jnani doesn't care for it. So he is already a jivan mukta. That kind of state is the nitya abhishta, eternal bliss. That is the fruit you will get. Bhavatu me. Now it's a prayer. Let this fruit come to me. Let me get this fruit. Tat karma samvardhita. Once I get the fruit, I will do more and more of good karma. Jnani does more and more of good karma, isn't it? Even after he becomes a Jivan Mukta. Have you ever seen a Jnani not doing good karmas? He can afford to not do any karma. He can sit in jhana. That is also a good karma. Even if he sits in jhana, some people do that. That is also a good karma because that jhana, the Shastra is very clear on this, very loud on this. He says, Shastra says, if there is a jnani who is silent, who does nothing, who is only engaged in jhana, he is the best asset for the society. Shastra says. The society is grateful, should be grateful to him because he brings by his dhyana all the best for the society, even without his knowing it. So, Satkarma Sambardhita, you grow all the good karmas in this process. So, Bhakti Latika is the subject, the creeper of Bhakti, that there are trenches at the bottom of the creeper which are filled with Ananda Amrita, and the trench itself is the lotus feet of Parameshwara, and there is a post to support the creeper, vertical post, and that is Thairya, steadiness, and the creeper of Bhakti grows, and then it is so well nourished that it develops branches and sub-branches, and there is a thatched roof at the top, which is the mind in a steady high level, and it grows and spreads itself on that mind, and all dirt is gone, all sins are gone, and there is a fruit now, and that fruit is eternal bliss. So let that fruit be mine, and let me keep on doing good karmas. This is the prayer. Anandamrita Purita Harapadam Bhojalavalodyata Thairyopaghnamupetyya Bhakti Latika Shakopashakhanvita Uchair Manasa Kayamana Patale Makramya Nishkalmasha Nityabhishta Phalaprada Bhavatu Me Tatkarma Sambardhita.
सन्ध्यारम्भविजृम्भितं श्रुतिशिरस्थानान्तराधिष्ठितम् सप्रेमभ्रमराभिराममसकृत् सद्वासनाशोभितम् भोगीन्द्राभरणं समस्तसुमनः पूज्यं गुणाविष्कृतम् सेवे श्रीगिरिमल्लिकार्जुनमहालिङ्गं शिवालिङ्गितम्.
Now this Shivananda Lahari Stotra, according to Shankara Vijaya, has been composed in the kshetra of Sri Shailam in Andhra Pradesh, the Jyotirlinga kshetra. As all of us know, there are 12 Jyotirlinga kshetras in the whole of Bharatadesha, and the Sri Shailam is one of those 12 Jyotirlinga kshetras located in Andhra Pradesh. So the last line he says, Shri Giri Mallikarjuna Mahalingam Shivalingitam Seve. I worship that Mallikarjuna Mahalingam. He is known as Mallikarjuna in Sri Shailam. The name of Bhagavan there is Mallikarjuna and Bhagavati there is Brahmarambika. That is coming now. Sri Giri is same as Sri Shailam. Sri Shailam is such a famous kshetra. There's a shloka, a very famous shloka. Sri Shailam cha drishtva punarjanma navidyate. You don't have to go and have darshan of Parameshwara there. Even if you look at the hill from a distance, you will not have punarjanma. That kind of importance, significance is attached to Sri Shailam. So he says, Sri Giri is same as Sri Shailam. Giri, Shailam both means hill. So Sri Shailam, Mallikarjuna, that is the name of the name of Bhagavan there. Arjuna is a kind of tree. Arjuna is a kind of tree. In Tamil it is called Maruda Maram, Maruda tree. There are three Arjuna trees which our Acharya Swamiji referred to in the Anugraha Bhashanam he delivered for the Tiruvadai Mardur program. Because Tiruvadai Mardur is the second Arjuna tree kshetra. First Arjuna tree kshetra is the Sri Shailam. Second, that is why it is called Idai Marudur, Madhya Arjuna, Madhya Arjuna. In Sanskritam, that kshetra is known as Madhya Arjunam, and Swami there is Mahalingeshwara. So, here he says Mallikarjuna Mahalingam. He is giving the name of Mahalingam to Mallikarjuna. That name itself is Mahalinga in the case of Madhyarjuna Kshetra. Then there is a Kshetra on the banks of Tamraparni near Tirunelveli. It is called Putarjuna. There is a tree, Arjuna tree. Puta means a hole. In the hole in the tree, Bhagavan is there. Shivalinga is there. Shivalinga came up there. Swayambhu Shivalinga came up there. Jyotirlinga came up there. So, Sri Giri, Mallikarjuna, Mahalingam, these are the three Arjuna Kshetras. Now we are talking about the Sri Shaila Kshetra where Bhagavan is known as Mallikarjuna, Arjuna tree surrounded by Mallika flowers. Because there are two theories which are available for why he is called Mallikarjuna. It seems when this Swayambhu Linga came up, a lot of those hill people, they offered him Mallika flowers, a lot of them. That is one story. Another story is Devi herself took the form of a Mallika creeper and surrounded this Arjuna tree. Or Shivalinga at the foot of the Arjuna tree. There are so many variations in these stories. So, that is Mallikarjuna. Mahalingam Shivalingitam, embraced by Devi. Shiva Alingitam, embraced by Devi. I worship him. Now, he is comparing in this shloka Shiva to Mallika, Jasmine. Shiva is being compared to Mallika because he is known as Mallikarjuna. So he is taking that name itself as a description of Bhagavan. So he says, if you are being described as Mallika, what is the common point between you and Mallika? Let us look at that. Sandhyarambha Vijrimbhitam Sutishira Sthanantaradhishtitam. Sandhyarambha Vijrimbhitam. Vijrimbhitam means it comes out. Beautifully it comes out. What Jasmine, Mallika flower comes out at the beginning of dusk, at the beginning of evening Sandhya time. That is the time when Mallika flower is at its beautiful state. So Sandhyarambha Vijrimbhitam. In the case of Shiva, at the evening Sandhya time, he is very happy. So he starts dancing. This Ananda Tandava dance, he performs at the evening time. That is called Sandhya Tandavam. So that is the time when he dances, and then, in fact, when I was translating this Amarnatha Mahatmyam as instructed by Periyava, that book is available. Even in Amarnath Mahatmyam, related to Kashmir, mind you, even there are lots of stories connected with Sandhya Tandavam of Parameshwara. One story says that he is so fond of Sandhya Tandavam that he instructed one of his Shivaganas, I may miss the time. I should not miss the time. You should come and remind me at the proper time. Because I may be playing with Subramanya during child Subramanya, so I may be playing, I may miss the time. That should not happen. So as soon as Sandhya Kala arrived, you must come and remind me. For that, he gave him a bell, asked him to sound that bell. One day that fellow slept off and he got a curse from Shiva. The story goes like that. So, Sandhya Tandava dance, Sandhya Rambha Vijrimbhitam, Shutishira Sthanantarahishtitam. The Mallika flower is worn as an ornament in ear, Shruti, Shira in the head, isn't it? In those places it is worn, Adhishtitam. Similarly, in the case of Shiva, Shruti Shira is the pinnacle of Veda, that is Upanishad. Pinnacle of Veda, that is Upanishad. Inside the Upanishad, Thana Antara, inside the Upanishad, you have to go and search for Parameshwara. It's not very directly visible to you. You have to go and study. Upanishads are a very tough literature. So, a lot of bhashyas are required for understanding Upanishad. We all know it. So, that is why he says, Sutishira Sthana Antaradhishtitam Saprema Brahmaradhiramam Athakrit Sadvasana Shobhitam Saprema Brahmaradhiramam. In the case of Mallika flower, there are loving bees around it. Saprema Brahmara Abhiramam. These bees, when they go around this Mallika, it appears even more enchanting. That is why Abhirama. The Mallika flower looks even more enchanting. The creeper looks even more enchanting when Brahmaras are surrounding it. So in the case of Shiva, he is surrounded by beautiful Brahmarambika, loving Brahmarambika. Saprema Brahmarabhiramam Asakrit Tadvasana Shobhitam. Asakriti means always. Always surrounded by bees or always surrounded by Brahmarambika. Then Tadvasana Shobhitam, always glorious with good fragrance, because that is what Mallika is famous for, isn't it? Good fragrance, beautiful fragrance. Tadvasana Shobhitam. It shines with good fragrance, glorious with good fragrance. Similarly, this Shiva is glorious with the fragrance of bhakti, of the virtuous people. Sadvasana. Sadvasana is Vasana created by virtuous people because of their virtue of bhakti. Sadvasana Shobhitam Bhogindra Bharanam. Bhogindra Abharanam. Shiva's ornament is a snake. Bhogindra. Bhogi means snake. The chief of snakes is his ornament. That is Adishesha, Vasuki. These snakes are worn on his body. So for Shiva, Bhogindra Abharanam. Bhogindra Shayana. There is a famous song, isn't it, for Vishnu? Because he is lying down on Bhogindra, which is Adishesha. Now, this, for the case of Mallika, it is an ornament to the best of Bhogis. There, Bhogi means not snake, enjoyer. Bhoga means enjoyment. Bhogi means one who is enjoying. For the best of enjoyers, it is an ornament, because Mallika is cherished by anybody who wants to enjoy. Samasta Sumanaha Pujyam. In the case of Mallika, it is cherished by all flowers. Among all flowers, that is the best. So, Sumanaha means flowers. In the case of Shiva, Sumanaha means Devas or virtuous people. So, it is worshipped by all Devas and virtuous people. Shiva. Guna Avishkritam. Good qualities come out. Good qualities, shining with good qualities. That is in the case of Shiva. Because he is surrounded by yogis, and yogis are all of good qualities. So good qualities are abounding around Shiva. In the case of Mallika, it is also the same. The good qualities of inherent in Mallika itself. So beautiful to look at, so fragrant, that is a good quality. Deve Shri Giri Mallikarjuna Mahalingam Shivalingitam. So the common point between Mallika flower and Mallika creeper and Parameshwara. So Parameshwara dances Sandhya dance, Sandhya Tandava every evening, and every evening Mallika creeper becomes very happy, it starts blooming, and Mallika flower takes its place in the ears, in the heads of people who wear it, and Shiva is located in the deep inside Upanishads, which are the pinnacle of Vedas. Shiva is embraced by Brahmarambika, whereas Mallika is surrounded by bees, loving bees, always. And it is shining with good fragrance. Mallika is shining, is glorious with good fragrance. And there is a splendor around Parameshwara of good vasanas of various good bhaktas. And for Parameshwara, the ornament is the best of snakes like Adishesha, Vasuki, etc. For Mallika, it is an ornament enjoyed by the best of enjoyers. And Mallika is worshipped by other flowers, whereas Shiva is worshipped by all devas, all virtuous people. Mallika exposes good qualities. You don't have to search for it. It is clearly visible on the Mallika. Similarly, Parameshwara exposes the good qualities of people who surround him. So that Mahalinga, Mallikarjuna Swami in Sri Shailam, I worship, and he is embraced by Ambika. Sandhyarambha Vijrimbhitam Srutishirasthanaantaradhishtitam Saprema Bhramarabhiramamatakrit Sadvasana Shobhitam Bhogindra Samasta Sumana Pujyam Gunavishkritam Seve Shrigiri Mallikarjuna Mahalingam Shivalingitam.
भृङ्गी छानटनोत्कटः करिमदग्राही स्फुरन्माधवाह्लादो नादयुतो महासितवपुः पञ्चेषुणा चादृतः सत्पक्षः सुमनो वनेषु स पुनः साक्षान्मदीये मनो राजीवे भ्रमराधिपो विहरताम् श्रीशैलवासी विभुः.
We will take the last line first. Madiye Mano Rajive, in the lotus mind of mine, in the lotus mind of mine, Brahmaradhipaha Seshailavasi, Parameshwara, who is resident in Seshaila, who is the Pati of Brahmarambika, Viharatam, let Vibhuhu, all pervasive, omnipresent Parameshwara, let him sport in my mind. Let him sport in my mind lotus. Now, he is drawing a parallel between Shiva and bee. Just as he drew a parallel between Shiva and Mallika last time. Now this time, he is taking the parallel with a bee. Bringi kha natanot kataha. A male bee starts dancing as soon as he is surrounded by female bringis, female bees. Similarly, as soon as Shiva sees Brahmarambika, he starts dancing. He is so happy. Bringicha natanot kataha karimadagrahi. Bees enjoy the ichor, the water and rut of elephants. We have seen that before in Ganesha Bhujangam also. The Ganesha's rut water is enjoyed by a row of bees on its face. We saw that on its trunk. Similarly, bees enjoy this rut water of elephants. And in the case of Shiva, he puts down the arrogant elephant. Karimada Grahi Puran Madhava Kladaha. Madhava, Madhu, Madhava are 2 months which are which constitute the spring season, Vasanta Rutu. These are the two names of the 2 months, Madhumasa and Madhava Masa. So when Madhava Masa comes of the spring season, this bee becomes very happy naturally because a lot of flowers are there in full bloom. So whenever Madhava Masa comes, Madhava month comes, the flowers become very happy. Similarly, whenever Madhava, Mahavishnu comes, he becomes very happy. Shiva becomes very happy. Nadayutaha, we all know that bees make a ringing sound always. Nadayutaha, they make sounds. Similarly, Parameshwara is always making the sound of Omkara. Mentally, he is making sound of Omkara. Maha Sita Vapuho. Sita means white. Completely white body, that is Shiva. Completely black body, that is B. Maha Asita Vapuho. It can be interpreted in 2 ways. Maha Sita Vapuho, Maha Asita Vapuho. Get erased in Sandhi, rules of grammar. Pancheshuna Chadritaha. Pancheshu is Panchabana, that is Manmatha, having 5 flower arrows. He is respected by Manmatha. Shiva is respected by Manmatha. And his B is also respected by Manmatha in the sense, B respects Manmatha because of Manmatha there are a lot of flowers around and B is enjoying those flowers. Even the bee itself is the creation of Manmatha because bees, flowers, etc. These are the natural beauties created by Manmatha. So Manmatha has created and loves. Adrataha means respected as well as loved. Tat Pakshaha, having strong wings. Bees have strong wings, they keep flying here and there. In the case of Shiva, he has got virtuous people whom he likes. Paksha means he likes. He likes virtuous people. Sumano Vaneshu Sapunat Sakshan Madiye Mano. Sumano Vaneshu. Flower garden. Samana means Samana means flower. Flower garden naturally liked by bee. And similarly, Shiva likes Sumano Avaneshu. First was Sumano Vaneshu. Second is Sumano Avaneshu. Avana means protecting. Protecting the virtuous, protecting the Devas. He likes very much. Tapuna Sakshan, let him become Sakshatkara to me. Let him become visible to me in my mind lotus. So this is the beautiful prayer comparing B and Shiva. Bringecha natanot katak karimad grahi puran madhava sado nadayuto mahasita vapuhu pancheshuna chadritaha satpakshastumano vaneshu tapunas sakshan madiye mano rajive brahmaradhipo viharatam Srishailavasi Vibhuho.
कारुण्यामृतवर्षिणं घनविपद्ग्रीष्मच्छिदाकर्मठं विद्यासस्यफलोदयाय सुमनः संसेव्यमिच्छाकृतिं नृत्यद्भक्तमयूरमत्रिनिलयं चञ्चच्चटामण्डलं शम्भो वाञ्छति नीलकन्धर सदा त्वां मे मनश्चातकः.
Now Shiva is compared to a cloud. There is a parallel drawn between the cloud and Shiva. So the cloud is very much awaited by a pakshi called, by bird called the Chataka Pakshi. Chataka Pakshis look for the arrival of the cloud because the rainwater which comes directly from the cloud is the only food for Chataka Pakshi. So as soon as, this is what the poets have described, it's a mystical bird, Chataka bird. So as soon as the cloud is visible, immediately the Chataka bird comes opens its mouth and looks towards the sky so that the rainwater will come directly and fall into its mouth. It will not take any other water, any other food. So my mind is like that. Me manas chatakaha. My mind is like that chataka flower. Shambho vanchati nila kandhara sada twam me manas chatakaha. My mind, chataka bird, is looking for Shambhu. Oh Shambho, oh Nilakandhara, oh Nilakantha. It wants you. It is awaiting you. It is looking for you. Sada, always. Because you are the cloud for this chataka flower. Now, what is the parallel between the Chataka bird, between the Shiva and the cloud? What is the parallel? Karunya Mrita Varshenam. Cloud showers water, which is useful for everyone. And Shiva showers Karunya Amrita, compassion, Amrita of compassion. Ghana Vepad Grishmachida Karmatham. Karmatham means engaged. Now, cloud is engaged in removing the summer heat, removing the summer heat, which is very strong and very miserable. Ghana Vipat. It is very strong and very miserable, the summer heat, Grishma. That is destroyed by this cloud, Chida. That is the job of the cloud. What does Shiva do? Samsara tapa. Samsara is full of heat. The samsara tapa, the heat of samsara, is destroyed. That samsara tapa is also very strong and very miserable. Dhanavepat Grishma Chida Karmatam Vidya Satya Phalodaya. Now, as soon as the cloud showers the rain, immediately all crops come up, isn't it? We are dependent on rain so much for our crops. Sasya means crops. Sasya phalodaya, yeah, crops and fruits for them to come up. Vidya, Vidya means like a magic. Vidya has got two meanings, like a magic. As soon as rain comes, there is immediately the nourishing of crops and fruits. It is a beautiful sight. It is like a magic. In the case of Shiva, Vidya, he is giving you jnana, the fruit and the crop and the fruit of jnana, he gives you. That comes up immediately by seeing Shiva. Sumanastam sevyam kritim. Sumanastam sevyam. Sumana means flowers, we have seen before. Attended upon by flowers means flowers like, or you can say good farmers. Samanaha can be instead of flowers, because flowers are not known very much to enjoy rainy season. Flowers are known to enjoy Vasanta Ritu. So let us take it as Sumanaha means good-minded farmers. Farmers are looking to the clouds, isn't it? So Sumanastam Sevyam, good-minded farmers, they are looking to you, to the cloud. Similarly, virtuous-minded people, devas, are looking to you. Ichha Kritim, you take whatever form you want. Whatever form you want, cloud takes. Cloud has no form. You might have seen in the sky, cloud comes in several forms. Similarly, Shiva comes in several forms. 64 forms of Shiva are given in Agamas. Drityad Bhakta Mayuram. As soon as the cloud comes up, the peacock starts dancing with great love. Bhakta means with great love, it starts dancing. Similarly, in the case of Shiva, the devotees start dancing on seeing Shiva like peacocks. Their peacock is dancing with love. Their devotees are dancing like Mayura. Adri Nilayam is resident. Its abode is mountain. Cloud is always on the high level, isn't it? Not at low level. So it is always at the level of the mountain. Similarly, Parameshwara is residing, he loves mountains. He is Girisha, isn't it? Tanchat Jata Mandalam. Tanchat means moving. Moving Jata Mandala is there on the head of Shiva. Matted tresses which keep moving. Similarly, in the case of cloud, Chancha means lightning. There is a lightning, streaks of lightning which keep occurring. Like, it looks like moving. It occurs here, it occurs there. So it looks like Jata Mandalam. It looks like matted tresses for the clouds. Clouds wear every bright matted tress which are lightning streaks. So, O Shambho, Nilakantha, my mind, Chataka, bird, is looking for you, the cloud. The cloud is showering Karunya nectar. This Shiva cloud is engaged in removing the heat of the samsara, the terrible heat, miserable heat, the dense heat of samsara, and Shiva cloud gives rise to Vidya, the crop and fruit of Vidya, and Shiva cloud is worshipped by devas and virtuous people, and Shiva takes all kinds of forms for helping, for blessing the devotees, and Shiva, on seeing Shiva, the devotees dance like peacocks, and Shiva resides on the top of mountains, and Shiva has got moving matted tresses. So, O Shiva, O Nilakantha, my mind Chataka bird is very much after you. Vanchati likes you. It is very much after you. Karunyamritavarshinam ghanavipad grishmachida karmatham vidya satya phalodayaya sumanas samsevyamichha kritim nrityad bhakta mayoram adri nilayam chanchajjata mandalam Shambho vanchati nilakandhara sada tvam me manashatakaha. So I think we stop for the day. Time now. Any questions?
3 questions, Mama.
Does Dvija mean both bird and a Brahmin? Yes, Dvija means both. Dvija means twice born. The birds are also born twice, once from the egg, another afterwards. So that is why Brahmana is also twice born, once when he is born from his mother, another after Upanayana. Upanayana is the second birth. So both, yes, correct. What is the significance of Arjuna tree? I don't know what you mean by significance. We have Thala Vrikshas in every Thala. Every Kshetra, Shiva Kshetra has got a Vriksha, a tree, isn't it? So Arjuna tree is the Thala Vriksha in these 3 Kshetras which I mentioned. That is the significance. There are other trees in every Kshetra, so that is significant in those Kshetras. Next. There is no other significance, especially for Arjuna tree. Comparison Rakshava surrounded by Brahmarambika with Mallika flowers surrounded by Brahmara is very interesting. But why is Amba named Brahmarambika? Okay. Well, Brahmarambika, she took the form of a Brahmara. She took the form of a Brahmara. She liked it. Ambika took the form of a bee so that she can go around this Shivalinga at the foot of the Arjuna tree. She liked it. She took that form. Of course, she must have remembered her earlier form of Brahmari Devi. There is a story of Brahmari Devi which occurs in Devi Bhagavatam. Reference to it is also there in Devi Mahatmyam. Ambika took the form of a Brahmari Devi, and from her form, lakhs of Brahmaras came out, and those lakhs of Brahmaras went and killed the Asuras. So all the Asuras, it's a very interesting thing. Every Asura was killed by Brahmaras. If a virtuous person was standing by the side of Asura, he was not even touched by these Brahmaras. Very interesting, very strange. So there was no weapon, there was no fighting. The whole killing was over in 1 second, 1 minute. The whole lot of Brahmaras descended on this group of Asuras and killed all of them in no time. That is what Brahmarambika did. Brahmari Devi did. Perhaps she remembered that form. She took the form of Brahmara and she went around Shiva. To go around Shiva, she took the form of Brahmara. So that is the significance of Brahmarambika. I think we close for the day. I hope you are all enjoying along with me this great Shiva experience of Shivananda Lahari. So please join me tomorrow 6:30 p.m. IST as usual. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva.